Let's say hi to Stalker Patti. What's up, Patti?
Hey, how you doing? Congratulations, Ben. Congratulations, Anthony.
Why are you congratulating me?
Oh, I knew that the Red Sox were going to win about 8 games ago.
Oh, you knew.
You're the one that knew that they were going to go win 8 games in a row.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, sure you did.
When you watch people like John Damon and people like that, there's
Excuse
no
me.
contact.
Excuse me. Did you just call him John Damon like you hang out with him?
Yeah.
No, I mean, they have a lot of good players.
It's kind of like when
team.
the actors go on Leno's couch and have to go, Bobby.
Well, me and Chuck Heston,
Right.
We were out in Vegas.
That is really...
We ran into Bobby De Niro.
Right.
Hey, did you see Dave Ortiz's home run? Ass.
I saw everybody's home run.
So you're congratulating Ben?
Yes, and congratulations to Anthony, too.
I don't need congratulations. I'm a
New
Yankee
York
fan, you
anyway.
dolt.
Why are you congratulating Anthony?
I'm a Yankee fan.
Well, you said you were a Red Sox fan. Make up your mind.
Make up my mind. I'm being chastised by
Patti,
a freak.
how long have you been listening to our radio show?
Years.
At least 6 to 7 years?
Since 1999.
1999.
Don't you know by now that Anthony's a hardcore Yankee fan?
Oh, I know.
That's the only sport he follows is Yankee baseball. So when he says
but
that he's now a
you
Boston
can
Red
like
Sox
other
fan, don't
teams.
you think he's like kind of goofing?
Well, I like more than one band at once. You know, it's not all you two. You
How
know
would you
what
like
I
to
mean?
make
You
her
can
nose
a
look
lot
like
of people.
Schilling's ankle? Just dripping blood.
Yeah.
You're a mess.
Hey, Patti, so when are we
Yeah.
going to get your twat checked?
Ooh.
I don't know. When are we?
Well, we put the word out there for a gynecologist to do some charity work, and not one gynecologist has come forward to check out your twat.
Last time she had a gyno checkup, the Red Sox won the World Series. Last time. 1918.
Yeah, when was the
right?
last? Hold on, we're going to do this whole 1918 thing. Of
course we are.
But we could do a little side thing as well. Stalker Patti, when was the last time, considering you're going to be 50 years old soon, when was the last time you had your twat
Don't
checked?
say soon. I can wait.
Shut up. Shut up. When was the last time you had your twat checked?
About 15, 20 years ago.
Oh, my God. What a dry spell.
Do you want to call it 20 years ago? Is that accurate? Were you about 30, 29 years old?
Basically, yeah, and I practically ran out of there.
Of course.
All right, so about 1984? It doesn't go back any later?
No.
All right, because this 1918 thing, everybody's going to do today. But I think it would be funny to see what was going on in 1984 when Stalker Patti last had her twat checked.
Last
Oh, here
had
it
a
comes.
gynecological exam.
Someone get the timeline for 1984.
Here it
We got to
comes.
find out what was going on in the world when that snatch of yours was pried open
Oh.
and looked into.
I'm
Did
waiting.
they put in that
Waiting for this.
speculum, Patty? Did they get to that point where they actually put in the metal thing that opened you up?
Yes, they did. That
And-
was the part that made me run. And then a couple years later, I brought it up to somebody, and they said, "Oh, you must have used something that was too big." And I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, a credit card is too big for your twat.
Hey, Patti,
The virgin at 50.
when it opened up, did it make the same noise a fruit roll-up makes when you pull it off?
Nah. I know one thing. I'm probably the only person my age that's never been laid, unless you're a nun or something.
What's harder to open up, your twat or a black girl's wallet?
Ooh.
Probably black girl's wallet. Yeah.
All right, well, we got to get you in here so we can check out what's going on in there.
1984.
Well, my eyeballs are popping out, so I'm going to go back to bed.
Oh, you do that. Do you have work today, Patty?
Yeah, I got to open, so I got to
She
get
got to
there.
open. She works at Good for
Yeah, I'm a
chocolate.
key holder, so I got to open the store.
Oh, a
and start
key
the
holder.
register
Wow.
and turn the
How
computer on
about
and
You're
that?
the, you're the key master.
Oh,
Well-
no, I'm a key holder. I'm
Whatever. Listen to me.
responsibility.
Listen to me. We're going to put the word out again. We need a gyno in the New York area that's willing to do some charity work. We'll take care of you somehow. And we want you to examine Patti live on the show here
Give her
in
a
the
little
studio.
pap smear.
She hasn't had her twat checked since 1984.
Oof.
1984.
And you don't even have to prove you're a gynecologist. Just show up and we'll believe you.
Right. Yeah, if you're some creepy guy that just happens to have the tools of the trade,
Has
that'll
some
work
rubber
just
gloves.
fine. Right, we don't care.
The guy just gets some rubber gloves and starts digging in.
All we know is it'll make for great radio, so get your tools and come on in.
Those big yellow gloves like janitors clean out the toilet with.
Yeah, big, thick dishwashing gloves.
Maybe
All right,
we should
spread
call
'em,
me into
honey.
the World records.
What?
Maybe we should call me into Guinness World Records.
Well,
Guinness.
Hey, Patty, did we have your phone number? Because we're gonna call you
What
back.
the-
I'll put her on hold.
wait, Patty, can I ask Patty a question?
Yeah.
Who do you want to call it into?
the Guinness World Records, or whatever they
The
call it.
Guinness World of World
The
Records.
Guinness World of World Records.
You know what I mean.
Do you like drinking Guinness Bass Ale, do you?
I like.
Yeah.
I love a nice cold Guinness.
Yeah.
No.
You're a real genius, I gotta tell you.
Do you like Alec Guinness from Star Wars?
I don't know.
Oh, you.
And she's never had a penis inside of her.
Yeah, you don't like the penis?
Nah, it's not bad. I guess lack of
Guinness?
honesty.
What the hell's a
Book of
Guinness?
World Record.
Patty,
Yes.
it's pronounced Guinness.
Guinness. That's what I said.
Right.
Yes,
Yes, that's
okay.
exactly what you said, only it sounded like Guinness.
Oh, sorry.
Did we get the
Yes,
1984
you are.
thing? All right. So should we just call her back? Yeah. All right, Patty, hold on
Yeah.
a second, because we're going to go back to you when we find out what was going on in the world in 1984 when your twat was last checked. There goes Stalker Patti.
No,
Anyway, Anthony,
smells good now.
what smells worse? Norton's rotting ass or Stalker Patty's twat because it hasn't been checked in 20 years?
Hasn't seen any daylight. It's like an old cave.
Still waiting for that gynecologist to step forward, and it's just not happening. We got to get this going on for the radio show.
It's for her own safety.
Of course.
Opie.
So she
there
had-
could be some kind of things growing in
So
there.
she hasn't had her twat checked since 1984. A couple more things that were going on in the world in 1984. Generoso from Whackbag has to remind me, 1984, the first year of the end of the Islander dynasty. Yes, that's true.
Remember that when the Islanders had that nice run?
I remember every time I have to go to an Islander Ranger game, which isn't going to happen for at least 2 years, by the way.
Yeah, what happened?
Hockey's so done.
I don't even
Hockey
know the
is
circumstances
so
behind that.
Done.
Yeah, what is going on? I honestly don't even know what a lockout is, and I know that sounds really ignorant. I don't know what a lockout is.
I have no idea why hockey isn't going to be played.
I don't know.
Opie, what's happening?
I
Tell us.
don't know.
An owner-player problem?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what it is? And
Exactly.
each side doesn't want to budge?
Exactly, yeah.
But why
they're-
for 2 years?
Well, because they're
Why
already...
can't they just settle this?
No, because they're already talking about. We should get some kind of stupid sports expert, but then that'll bore everybody. So this is my version. Next year they're going to use replacement players.
Oh, that's
They're already
right.
talking about replacement players for next year. Not even this.
Right.
This year is completely done.
XFL's version of hockey. It's pretty much what it's going to be. Second-rate players.
They haven't. Yeah, they haven't officially canceled the season, but
They get a bunch of goons to fight. That might be fun
that
to
could
watch.
be kind of
but
cool, you know.
I am so happy too because I hate hockey, and
You do?
especially when I've always hated it when it's on sports radio. It's all they talk about is the stupid Rangers, and I just don't want to hear it.
So anyway,
I'm
every time I
happy.
go to the Ranger Islander game, I have to hear 1984.
Yeah.
We used to chant the whole 1940, and
Yeah.
that's over. And now the whole 1918 chant is over. So yeah, that's another thing that happened in 1984, and a couple more really fast. Madonna's first song, "Holiday." She sings that on American Bandstand. That was the last time Stalker Patti had her twat checked, and the good old Reverend Jesse Jackson. He doesn't want people to remember this, but yes, back in 1984, Anthony, he acknowledges that he called New York City Hymietown.
Hymietown.
That is back in 1984, yes.
Hymietown. And he got away with that.
In 84, Howard Cosell retires from Monday Night Football. Oh, my God, she's got to get this thing checked out.
Oh my!
Howard Cosell's been dead for, I think, 15 years.
And coincidentally, it looks like Howard Cosell's wig down there between her legs.
And Anthony?
Look at that vagina.
Back in this day, on December 30th, 1984, Def Leppard drummer Rick Allen still had two arms.
Oh.
It was the next day, December 31st, that he lost his arm in a car
That was
crash.
20 years ago that he got.
20 years ago, he lost his arm.
It hasn't grown back.
No, not at all.
Amazing.
Little surfing
Nothing.
drummer.
So there you have it.
He
There
still
we
plays
go.
though, right?
Of
oh
course.
yeah, he does. Sure, he does.
Oh, of course.
Geez, sometimes you just got to say, look, dude, no offense, but we got to replace you. We'll still give you royalties on the things you did, but...
They were pretty good sports about the drummer losing an arm.
Yeah, they really are good friends.
Figured the whole thing out. Yeah, I would love to see what the gynecologist comes up with looking in there.
Yeah.
And just to see a reaction, because, she's so prudish. She is the school marm from Little House on the Prairie type of woman. Virgin at 50. And just to see her squirming, uncomfortable, little tear roll down her cheek because it reminds her of some past assault that happened to her in that religious family she was raised in. She was raised in some kind of wacky hardcore religious family.
Well, her life didn't start like that. Her dad was a stockbroker that was banging some stripper on the side. They had Stalker Patti.
The stripper gets pregnant.
And then the
has
stripper
Patti.
goes back to the stockbroker and goes, hey, I'm pregnant with your kid. And the stockbroker's like, well, have fun.
Who cares?
That's your problem.
Yeah.
So then the stripper was like, I can't be a mom, so put little Stalker Patti in a basket. This is how I remember her story.
On a basket.
And left her on a counter in a diner. And that day, Stalker Patti officially became a foundling.
She was then taken to what they called the Foundling Center. It's like, what is this, 1930? It's like an Our Gang episode. The Little Rascals.
Oliver Twist.
So then from that point, she...
Please, may I have some...
So at that point, she went into a religious family?
Yeah. She got adopted or taken in like a foster home by some religious fanatics that were so ultra-religious. Forget about it. Your body is filthy. Anything that comes out of it or goes into it is filthy. You're filthy. Sex is filthy. And she was raised this way. So she's got all these wacky ideas about sex.
Patty?
Yes.
Oh, there she is. We were just describing
I had to go walk across the room and turn my radio down.
We were just describing how insane you are about sex because of your religious upbringing.
Well, I believe emotionally I have a healthy attitude towards it. I guess
You
now,
do not. You haven't had it. How do you have a healthy emotional...
Well, I need a boyfriend first.
No, at this point, you just need a good banging. Give up on the stupid boyfriend thing and just go out and get laid.
I want to be careful I don't get any diseases in the process.
I think you've been ultra careful, and at this point, don't worry about it.
Can I stress how funny that would be?
And even if you
had sex with one guy,
Oh, my God, and got AIDS.
or the herp, or just something awful.
Something
You're
awful
right.
and incurable. Would just be
That
fantastic.
would be happening.
I got the HIV.
Like the guy knew he had it and cut a hole in his own rubber just to teach her who his boss.
Well, I'm
to
feeling good. I'm taking my ACT.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
Well,
First
I
time.
do believe in protection, so,
Well, protection.
you know.
You're pretty protected not having sex in 50 years. Or what? You figure she probably 35 years of dating age and nothing?
Well, you know what happened? When I was in my 20s and 30s, I was literally a workaholic and was kind of like a loner and decided to,
And
work
did that
hard.
get you somewhere in life?
Yeah.
Usually when you're a workaholic, you're living in Jersey in a mansion at this point, getting jetted
really.
around by
Yes.
a chauffeur or something.
She has nothing to show
You have
for her
nothing?
hard work.
No, not really. No, not at minimum wage.
You ever
at the
kiss?
time.
You ever kiss a guy?
Well, yeah. When I've gone on some, like I've had a little dating or something where I've gone out once or twice with friends.
Was it actually? Let me ask you honestly. Was it a date? Or
Was that when
it
you
like,
were living in Mount Vernon? Sorry, Jim.
Very funny.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So what were these dates like? You will go out alone, or you said with friends?
Yeah, eating, or.
Eating, drinking,
And I'm
fucking,
on a bowling
sucking.
league on Friday, so I'm getting to meet people there.
Ooh, you meet a fine caliber of person in the bowling
So
league.
you're in a bowling league.
Yeah. Well,
Do you realize that your
140
bowling ball's
average,
been
I'm proud
fingered
of
more
it.
than your twat?
Oh,
That's right.
that frail
ball
little
has
arm
gone
trying
out
to
more than
fling
me.
that ball down the alley.
That clit of yours is just begging for a tickle.
Oh,
It's just begging.
I bet you that she actually broke her hymen on the bowling lanes, like stretching down after a roll, and you heard like a little rip and a tear fell down. And blood-stained
no.
jeans.
I think I'm very firm for my age. I think I'm very lucky. Because I see other women my age. I compare myself to them. I think I'm very, very lucky.
Really?
I think I have good DNA.
Patti, obviously you don't own a mirror.
I do.
She actually said she has good DNA.
I feel very lucky.
Patti, Paris Hilton has good DNA.
Yeah.
Jessica Simpson has good DNA.
She feels
Yeah, but
lucky in that
Paris
Lou
Hilton
Gehrig
doesn't
kind of
have
way.
brain-
It's people like you that proves that God has a sense of humor. Do you
Yes.
understand that?
Yeah, but Paris Hilton doesn't have two brain cells to rub together. She has an IQ of 10.
She's a millionaire,
And what's
and
the problem?
you're hawking chocolate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's a millionaire because of her parents, not because of anything she did herself. She doesn't work.
Well, they left her on the counter of a fine restaurant. That was the difference.
Yeah, it was a better restaurant than
So
the
you,
one I was
Patti,
in.
Patti, you go out on these dates
Yes.
and you kiss goodnight. Is it a
Yeah, just a simple good night.
is it a peck kind of kiss, or is there?
Basically, yeah.
So you have never had what they call the French kiss, the open mouth kiss with a guy.
No, I don't think I want to. That's disgusting.
What?
Ew.
And this is what we're talking about.
Fine.
This is
Ew.
what we're talking about. That you have no idea. You have no idea about sex or relationships between men and women.
Well, I know what I
None.
read in books. I am informed, you know.
No, it's not something you can read in a book. It's something you have to live in life, and you haven't done it. You're very uptight, and it comes from your upbringing and that religious cult you grew up in.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to shake that now.
Trying to shake it. You should be shaking something else for the past 35 years. You got nothing.
I
Sorry.
mean, I can go to an R-rated movie and handle it very well, you know.
Oh, wow. Great.
Right.
What was the last
Well,
R-rated movie you've been to?
Let me see. It was something that went out last year. For some reason, they gave it like a PG rating, but it should have been a very strong R rating. The Rules of Attraction. They really rated that movie.
And boy, you were able to handle that movie, huh? Thank God.
Yeah.
That's great.
You know what movie you should be trying to handle?
What? I am
Throat
curious.
Yogurt, volumes 1 through 10. That's handling a
Throat Yogurt.
freaking movie.
Oh.
She'd freak out if she even
I've
saw
always
anything like
wanted
that.
to see the old classic, I Am Curious Yellow, because I heard so much about it, but I wasn't allowed
What?
to see it.
It's a movie about my chest.
What's I'm Curious Yellow all
It was
about?
a movie that came out in 68 or 69. It was the first X-rated movie.
Oh, that must look great. Big
Someone get the
Earth Mama
synopsis
muff.
on that movie. I got to see what this stupid movie was
X
about.
ratings. Can I tell you something? Midnight Cowboy was rated X-rated, came out, and it won the Oscar as an X-rated film, so it's probably not even hardcore sex.
It's not porn.
No.
They're X-rated movies.
It was a girl who was born with her clit in her throat. That's what the movie
With
is
her
about.
Deep
clit?
Throat.
Yeah, in her throat.
That's Deep Throat.
No,
Oh,
her
Deep
clit.
Throat. Oh, I'm sorry.
Deep Throat is the name of the film.
Okay, that was another one that came
Wait,
out
she was
after.
born with her clit in her
The
throat?
the thing of Deep Throat is that she had a clit in her throat, and that's why she gave so much oral sex. That's what Deep Throat was
Patty,
Oh, okay,
what was
I'm
the name of that movie you were talking about?
I Am Curious Yellow.
I am
curious.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah, but that was back in
Yellow.
What's it about,
Yellow.
Patty? Is it about an inquisitive Asian?
All I know is that it was, it was just a movie put out about that time, but I don't remember. I don't know the story. Then I guess I'm thinking of the second one.
Lena, age 20, wants to know all she can about life and reality. She collects information on everyone and everything.
Really? Uh-oh.
She experiments with relationships, political activism, and meditation. Oh, yeah, this just sounds great.
This is very hardcore.
Nudity, explicit sex, and controversial politics kept this film from being shown in the U.S., while its seizure by customs was appealed.
And what-
1967.
What's the name of that movie? The irritating dyke who eventually became a college professor somewhere? Ugh.
Yeah.
Doesn't that
It
just
was a-
sound
it was a-
horrible?
Awful.
Yeah, it was practically banned everywhere, but, it was out.
And that's what you want to see before you die.
Oh, I don't know. I've always wanted to see it.
How about you see a real live cock before you die?
Oh, someday I hope maybe my dreams will come true.
Do you remember the first person to ever touch your bosoms?
Yeah.
And who was that?
Oh, it was in the studio.
Yeah, Jim Norton was the only person to ever feel up Stalker Patti.
My God, that was such a long time ago.
Faked cunnilingus and fellatio in that movie.
Really?
Do you know what that is, Patty? Cunnilingus and fellatio?
I know the terms, but I can't really define them.
No, let's try to define the terms. Let's start with cunnilingus.
Cunnilingus. Do you know what cunnilingus is?
I don't know, something to do with the veg.
You're 50 years old.
I know, but...
And you don't know what cunnilingus is.
I mean, I hear the term and everything. It's Latin,
Yeah, well,
but
you
I don't
could
know
hear
what...
it, but you don't know what it means.
Well, come on.
This is sad.
What do you think it means?
Well, I am not sure, to tell you the truth.
All right, well, what do you think?
I don't have a picture. Well, what do I think? I don't really have a picture in my mind. I think it has to do with sex in some way.
Has
Could you
to
take
do
a
with
guess?
sex in some way.
What do you think cunnilingus means?
I'm not, like, I don't know, just regular, missionary or
No,
missionary sex.
Cunnilingus is when a guy takes his fist.
Oh, come on now.
Don't freak her out and lie.
Really?
It is
Get
not
out
a
of that.
fist.
Usually done when the girl is experiencing her time of the month.
Oh, that's horrible.
You reach up there and pull out her uterus.
Right.
Oh, I don't think it's
You
what that
pull it out so it's hanging out, and then you work it like a speed bag. Girls seem to like this.
All right.
Really? I can't imagine that.
All right, so you don't know what cunnilingus means. Do you know that means when a guy or a girl goes down on you?
Oh, okay.
Right.
See, I sure do get an education on the O&A show.
Would you
yes,
Would you like a guy or a girl to go down on you, Patty?
Yeah, Patty.
These were the questions we wanted to ask on our old radio show.
What's your opinion of cunnilingus?
Yeah.
You got to really know the other person.
No, you don't.
That's the beauty of it. You don't
Right.
have to see their face.
You're not talking to their face.
Just an anonymous, awful back of the head in your lap while you pretend they're anyone but who they really are. That's what love is, stupid.
All right, so now you know what that means, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think? Would that be fun?
Well, I've never been there, but,
And do you understand what that person has to do while they're down there?
Oh, yes, I do. I've seen enough, television to know that.
Television?
What television are you talking about?
Well, when I dog sit, I do like to watch some of the channels that I can't get here at home.
She just throws out these gems like they're nothing.
While you dog sit?
When I dog sit.
Do you watch these things while you're applying that little red lipstick to your mouth, do you?
No, it's out of curiosity.
Red
Nothing
Rocket.
more than that.
I watch CSI, Cunt Scene Investigation. None of this stuff happens on TV.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't
you
show
get
that
some
on
channels
television.
that are kind of like,
All right, so
When she dog sits, she puts that on, gets the old jar of peanut butter out, slathers it on.
come here, Fluffy.
Come here. Oh, Fido, that's so good.
All right, so it's kind of like making out with the vag there, Pat.
Right. And based on what you've already fessed up to the fact that you've touched yourself down there and admitted it felt good.
Some people like to spell the alphabet with their tongue.
Ah.
really.
So wouldn't you think that would feel good based on what you felt with your own hand? Imagine someone's tongue down there doing that.
You know, this is way too advanced for Patty. It really
You think
is.
so? We should start
Patty,
with 101.
what is the most sensitive part of a woman?
Most sensitive part of a woman?
Yeah.
I would say the part of the vagina, I guess,
All right, what part?
It's called the labia.
The what? Wait, hold on.
Labia.
The what?
The labia.
Could you spell that, please?
Labia.
The labia.
Yeah.
She thinks the labia would be the most sensitive part.
Wow.
If you stretch it out and bite it, trap it in a mousetrap,
I
perhaps.
don't know. Maybe the boobs. Who knows?
Who knows? Everyone but you.
You got that right.
Patty, have you ever heard of a part of the female anatomy called the clitoris?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is your little
think that's
secret
what
button.
I think that's exactly what I meant. I didn't mean to say the other.
Ah, you didn't mean to say. You got the labia and the clitoris confused.
Yes.
It's like when somebody meant to leave you in the hospital to have a checkup, and instead they accidentally left you in a diner, like that type of a little mix-up.
Yeah, a little mix-up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Patty. Patty, do you know what fellatio is?
Fellatio. Is that something that two guys, like two...
Maybe it's a party that Steve-O is at.
Yeah, possibly. Or two men wearing the same shirt before they do mac and roll.
Easy. I changed my shirt.
I
didn't.
That's what it is.
Huh?
Well, I think it's when two guys, would
Do what?
Do what,
Do
Patty?
what?
well, when they, have relations with each other. I mean, I think that's what it is.
What
What type
specifically?
of relations, Patty?
Well, two gay men going at it.
Doing what? You saying relations? Like what, the United Nations? What are you talking about?
Yeah, be specific,
Yeah,
Patty.
what is fellatio?
Well, I believe it's, I don't know, penis-to-penis contact? Who knows? I don't know. I think it's a gay thing.
Penis to penis
It's a gay
contact.
thing.
No,
What
that's
is it?
called LARPing.
Actually, it's called docking.
Stalking?
Yes.
What's that?
Stalking.
What's stalking?
It's when okay, a guy takes his penis and
Yeah,
then
whatever.
touches the other guy's penis, and then the other guy's uncut, and he
Ew.
covers his with the
Stop it.
uncut portion of the other guy.
Yuck.
It was in my
yuck.
my fetish book that we
You
used to
keep
have
your
around the
hands off my
office.
mule.
Yes,
Ugh.
Yeah.
that's
Yes,
called.
I think you mean that
docking.
it has. I have to consult my Funkin' Wagnalls and go back to the library.
Funkin' Wagnalls.
What's
year is
Funkin'
this?
Wagnalls?
All right, so Patty.
What is it? What is that, Patty?
It's like your dictionary.
All right, Patty, that's not fellatio, okay?
No. Fellatio, Patty, is like cunnilingus only for a guy.
Oh.
It's when a girl goes down on a guy. Oh, you would never do that, right?
You just said ew.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you're right. You're
She
right.
is great for a gag video. She would be great to just
Slap happy. I'd love to
Slap
see
happy.
Brandon Iron choking her.
a dummy on her forehead, just write
Yeah.
dummy.
Why
and
don't
stick it right to the back of the throat?
Patty? Why wouldn't you do that?
Well, it doesn't sound nice. It sounds weird.
Hey, it's really nice.
It really is.
It's incredibly nice.
And it also guarantees you a ride home at the end of the date.
That's right.
Really?
Patty, what if everyone was clean and freshly showered?
Oh, it just sounds weird. It's just something I don't think I could ever bring myself to do,
You couldn't just grab somebody down there and just maybe kiss it a little?
If it was my own husband, maybe.
See, you're not going to get a husband unless you do
Yeah.
that. You're not going to get a boyfriend.
I don't know.
You're too hung up.
No, I guess
Yes, you are. Don't even deny it.
Why wouldn't you want to put that in your mouth there, Patty?
I know.
It just seems kind of, it's like, I hear about it so much and everything, but it just seems weird.
Patty, did the
I'm
last
not a
time you...
freak.
Let me ask you a question. Did you ever have one of those in your face?
No.
Maybe in an attic?
No.
The smell of mothballs wafting through the air?
No.
Did you have to go to the closet to
Well, who
pray
knows
when you were a
what-
child?
But who's to say, if I ever start dating and I get serious with somebody, who's to say?
Who's
you
to
know?
say? You disgusting cocksucker.
Say. Who knows what the future holds?
Yeah.
I did go to a psychic once. A friend of mine had a friend who was a psychic, and she says, I'll meet somebody. For some people, it's early in life. For some people, it's
Yeah,
later.
you'll meet someone, the funeral director that's putting you in a box.
Just have to realize I won't be the person's first.
What?
She says, I just have to realize that I will not be the person's first.
Oh, what?
Obviously.
You would be, your ideal guy is someone who also has not had sex yet, right?
No, not really. Because anybody I meet my age now most likely has already had it.
They've also almost retired.
Yeah, they've had sex and Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll go down as far as age 35 and up because of my age.
And as down as his belly button.
Yeah, and then she stops right there.
Would you let me
I
ask you?
want to know right now,
Oh, no.
before we go any further, would you love me? Would you love me forever? Do you need me? Would you never leave me? Would you make me so happy for the rest of my life? Ah,
Patty, you stink.
I know. What can
You're
I
just
tell
the
you?
worst, and we still can't get a gyno to check you out.
Would you ever kiss a guy on the bag
No.
if it smelled a little like Funyuns
No. No.
after a good lawn cutting?
I would love for just the scenario of her actually feeling for someone so much that she decides to give him that extra special treat and go down on him
Yeah, maybe
with
someday
no
I
knowledge
will.
whatsoever as to what happens when that completes,
Yeah,
and
Pa-
just gets a shot in the
maybe
mouth and has no clue
someday.
what it is.
Patty, would you spit, swallow, or gargle? You know that some fine ladies out there like to ingest.
I like watching Bukaki videos.
What's wrong with covering up with a condom?
Everything.
Huh?
It's not necessary. AIDS is overrated. It doesn't happen that often.
Cure it with Tylenol.
Yeah.
All right, Patty, I think we've got enough out of you today. So,
Okay.
Much too much.
unfortunately, we don't have anyone that wants to check out your vag yet. I can't understand why after this phone call.
I know, right?
All right.
Okay, well, have a great day, guys.
Oh,
Your false peppiness is making me physically ill.
isn't it? She's gonna go hang up the phone.
Back in 1984, Anthony, as we continue with this, Oswald from Jersey points out that Miami Vice debuts on NBC.
Oh,
Watch Miami Vice and just notice how out of date all the fashions are. Yes.
of course.
Also, back in 1984, Van Halen toured with David Lee Roth. Also, back in 1984, David Lee Roth had all his hair.
Oh, that's true.
All right, Patty. Well, oh wait, this guy wants to take you on a date.
Aw.
One of our fine listeners from
Aw.
Dallas. It's Paul. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
Probably a
Hey,
gentleman.
man, just trucking down the road.
All right, cool. A fine trucker wants to say hi to Stalker Patti. Go ahead, Paul.
Hey, Patty, I was wanting to know, have you ever had anal? And if you would, could I be your first?
Ooh.
I've never had anal, and I would have to know the guy really, really well.
No, you don't.
Well,
You don't
I'll
look at him.
introduce myself. My name is Paul.
Hi,
I'm
Paul.
from Kentucky, actually. I'm a truck driver. I'm in Dallas. I'll let you get up in my truck. I'll let you honk the horn. and I'll put it in your
Really?
butt. Yeah.
Oh, I'll be honking a horn, huh?
Yeah, you honk the horn while I'm honking your butt.
Oh, okay. We'll make beautiful hunks together.
Yeah, exactly.
Patty,
Yes.
he wants to violate your ass.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. She's thinking about it.
Would you be
I'll
That's a yes.
I'll consider it.
Patty, it's small. It won't hurt you.
Yeah, would you consider taking one up in the old poop chute?
Oh, I don't know. We'll
Give her the old
see. I
Kobe.
hear how painful it is. It's very scary.
Well, not for him. It won't be painful.
Yeah. It's not that painful.
Very scary.
But in a weird way, it seems like you would think about it. Have you had fantasies about getting one in the poop chute?
No.
Biting the
but
pillow.
I mean, I can stand the size, but it's your
Pulls out a little Godiva at the tip.
Well, let's just see what the future brings.
Yeah. Mylar suits, flying cars, and your virginity.
All right, Patty, we'll find a gyno for you. Thank you.
Okay, got to get ready for work now.
Yeah,
You do that.
Yeah, you do that.
Got to go
All
make
right.
the chocolates.
I bet that's a big joke down there in
Yeah,
Godiva.
time to make the
Time
chocolates.
to make the chocolates.
I hear you.
Oh, yeah. So trust me, whenever I ever get...
All right, there's
There you
Stalker
go.
Patty.
Hang up on that mess. Man, that is a big, big problem.
Yeah, we got to
She
take.
is just a problem.
Let's take a quick break. We'll talk about McEnroe and the McEnroe show we did yesterday. Also, God, lots of stuff to talk about.
Can we talk about Jeffrey Jones?
Yeah, we can.